Yes, my Autotep family, it is a showstopper they call the Grasshopper, Pianki Asaru, William Marshall Dow, the second, named after my illustrious grandfather, William Marshall Dow, the first. May he reign in eternal spirit. And today is a very black, magnificent day because it is the day that I was able to wake up. Me being 40 years strong, I'm able to wake up and not just being satisfied with waking up, not just being satisfied with living. Now, I don't really buy into that statement when someone asks you how are you feeling, and some people would reply that any day above the ground is a good day. Well, that is a bemoaning or a blessing to an extent, but I feel that don't just being alive is not just the essence of living. I think it is distinction between living and existing. Living is pretty much a science, and the basic synopsis or meaning for the word science is to know. Existing, you're just here. You're not really contributing to the 86,400 seconds a day that is given before you. So I feel that it's time to live, not just exist. So yes, when you wake up every morning, yes, the creator or creatress have given us opportunity to live again, but we got to do something while we are living. We got to make some things happen while we are in this ensemble that we call life. So I'm thankful and grateful that I am able to wake up, but I'm not satisfied with just waking up. I'm definitely want to accomplish some blacknificent things throughout this physical, mental, and spiritual expression that we call life. So yes, I'm happy to be living, not just existing. Today, my name once again shows something called a Grasshopper, and today is a day where it's Thursday, and today I want to talk about the power of self-mastery. I think mastery is the prelude to freedom. Having mastery over yourself really entitles you to be the captain of your own ship. Now, when it comes to mastery, we can talk about mastery on so many different levels: physically, mentally, spiritually, soulfully, and holistically. But today I just want to give a brief synopsis on what true mastery truly is. Mastery, that acronym that I have for master, master, is maximizing and strategizing towards excellent results. Once again, master, the acronym I have for master is maximizing and strategizing towards exceptional results. As it relates to maximizing, the key to really living a successful life, an abundant life, is to maximize all the potential, all that was created, that was entrusted within you by the sovereign spirit, to maximize it to its highest and greatest degree. And once you maximizing all of your endeavors and all of your potential that has been deposited within you, then in order to reach that maximized apex, you must have some form of strategy. Meaning strategy is like synonymous with a plan, a strategic plan. You must have certain type of goals and objectives, and you must strategically put them in planning, and then you got to go out there and work it. That's why it's very apropos whenever I wake up in the morning doing my morning rituals. I transcendental meditation, definitely do libation, paying homage to the ancestors of African descent, do some type of exercise routine, but I also write down my assignments, my goals every day. I write them down. Strategies, you can talk, to-do lists with assignments, whatever you want to call it. I write it down every day, and I write it down within 5-hour increments. Now, what the key is, as it relates to mastery, as it relates to master in this acronym, which is the essence for strategy, when you're writing down your goals, when you're being strategic in your to-do list on a daily basis, I don't just write down everything I need to do within every hour or every minute of the day. That's not realistic. The reason I say that, because things may not go right. Life gets in the way. You may have an obstacle that might hinder you from doing what you want to do at that particular time. So what I advise you to do as it relates to your to-do list, as it relates to strategy, is to leave some windows, So from 5 to 10. I get up at 5 o'clock. From 5 to 10 a.m. in the morning, like I said, I do all those things I have mentioned. I do the transit meditation for 20 minutes. I do my libation for 5 to 10 minutes. I do some exercise depending on what I'm doing. You know, today was just only 9 minutes. I did a jump rope exhibition within that hour time span. And then I cook my breakfast for my family, spend time with my daughter, you know, all that from like 5 maybe to 7:30. Spend some time with them. Then I come up here and I gotta produce my merchandise. I gotta brand my merchandise. I gotta market my merchandise. At least 30 minutes to an hour a day. I get to do that. So all that is like within 3 hours. So within 3 hours of the 5 to 8 time frame, but I got from that time, from those to-dos that needs to be done within 3 hours, I put it from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. So that way I have at least 2 hours of what we call filter time. You know what I mean? To rest, to relax, and stuff of that magnitude. So don't ever, when you're doing a to-do list, when you're writing down your goals or your assignments for the one particular day, I do advise you be structured and do it within like 5-hour increments or whatever is convenient for you. But I don't advise you to have something that you must be done within every hour of that 5 hour. That's highly unrealistic. Unless you're really tight and precise, but you know, life will get in the way and it might throw you off. So you always want to leave room for you to have like them filter hours, you know, the filter minutes. So I advise you to do that. So you got to strategize, have a plan. You got to put that. Now we go to strategy. You got to have a real strategy. It takes time. You got to find out what is feasible for you. You got to find out what is productive for you and what you can do. You got to find out what you're made of as it relates to mastering yourself. So strategy is very important. You know, the honorable ancestor Osage Kwame Nkrumah, the Prime Minister of Ghana, is fond of saying that thoughts without actions is, what did he say? Thoughts without action. He didn't say dead. I'm going to say dead for this particular purpose. It was something else he said. He said thoughts without actions is dead. But I don't think it was dead. I think it was lost or something like that. Thoughts without action is lost. But actions without thoughts is blind. Let me make sure I got it right. Hold on. Give me time. Such Kwame Nkrumah. I want to make sure I get the quote right. All right, here we go. Oh, no. He didn't say dead. He said, did he say dead? Okay. I wrote down dead. Okay. Well, anyway. All right. So it's thoughts without actions is dead. However, actions without thoughts are blind. So what is that entailing is that you can have all the theorize, you can have all the strategies, you can have all the plan, you can have all the knowledge as it relates to you living out your highest, greatest accomplishments. You can have it in theory, you can have it here, you can have it written down, you can have all those intangibles, which is apropos, meaning it's very important. However, if you do not put it to action, if you do not go out there and put it to work, to find out what works for you, to find out who you are, it is dead. It is null and void. So that's where you come with a thought. So you can have a strategies, you can have them written down, you can have them up here, you can have them in your tablet. But if you don't put those strategies to the test to see what works best for you, it's wasted. However, if you are someone who is action oriented, who's always doing things, who's always out there making moves, if you do make moves without a precise plan, without a precise vision, without a precise strategy, a lot of things can blow up in your face. And you can hinder yourself, and actually you may think you're going forward, but without having a complete strategy and plan in mind or intact when you're out there putting it to work or being active. If you don't have a precise strategy and plan that's doing on post reaction, you can actually hinder yourself and you can actually waste a lot of valuable time. That's why it's very important to have strategies. Strategies and action must work together and be whole. So that's the S as it relates to master. So we got maximizing and strategizing towards excellent results. So once you do the strategy part, you know, you definitely want to, you're going to move towards excellent results. Now, It's not to say you're not going to have errors, not to say you're not going to have any imperfections, not to say you're not going to have any mistakes. Hey, that's all cool though, because my contention is this. As it relates to being self-aware, being self-aware is not the absence of mistakes, but the ability to learn and correct those mistakes. You know, we have a saying that when we go and arrive at a mistake, see, we got to hyphenate that word. That means stretch it out and turn a mistake into a mistake, learning from it, diagnosing it, finding a remedy, and correcting it, so that way we run into a similar situation that may seem insurmountable, we'll be able to handle it with strong confidence and an unstoppable courage and boldness, so that way we'll be able to master that mistake. So a lot of people don't want to give it their all. Some people don't want to put in work. Some people don't want to just go out there and it's raining outside now. Some people just don't want to go out there and once again give it their all because they are apprehensive or afraid that they will make mistakes, and it make mistakes or coming up short. It'll kind of mess with their ego, or they'll feel that they are not worthy of accomplishing anything, and the pain, the embarrassment, whatever the case may be unbearable, that many people will not even try. I don't like to try. Will not even make a strong attempt to accomplish the greatness that has been deposited within them. You know, so they won't do nothing at all, or they'll haphazardly do it. But we must realize something that's very apropos, and that is, if you do not put in the work, if you're not putting in the commitment, if you not have a certain type of drive to really once again maximize your highest potential, if you don't give it your all, make an attempt, strong attempt, that is the worst mistake that you can make, is not giving it your all. You must realize something when it comes to mistakes. You must realize all of our heroes and heroes have made mistakes. They made errors, each and every one of them. No one was perfect, especially being buried under the ignorance of this oppressive government. None of us have been perfect. The first Honorable Marcus Bazar Garvey, he made some errors. The Honorable Malcolm X, he made some errors. Paul Robeson made some errors. You know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad made some errors. Dr. King made some errors. You know, Winnie Mandela made some errors. Nelson Mandela made some errors. Fannie Lou Hamer, Harriet Tubman, Mr. Joan the Truth, Mary McLeod Bethune. All of our heroes and heroes have made some errors, have made some mistakes. That's cool. But when you look at our heroes and heroes, they did not allow the mistakes. They did not allow the error to dictate their reality. They were the masters of their reality. And in order to be a strong, consistent, precise master, you cannot allow the fear of failure to be the puppeteer. You're the puppet to that fear or failure. See, a lot of people don't want to become the master because they have a fear. Let's be crystal clear. We all have fears. Each and every one of us have fears. But we can look at it from two different dynamics as it relates to fear, as it relates to this topic that we're talking about, self-mastery. And the dynamic is this. You either allow fear as an acronym based, as I'm about to talk about right now. You can allow fear to be used as something that you will forget, and fear be something that you will forget as it relates to forgetting everything and run. That's the acronym. One acronym, that's fear. Forget everything and run from the situation. Or you can have the heart of a jaguar, have the heart of a tiger, have the heart of a lion, a lioness, and you can use fear as another acronym, which states fear can be seen as I will face everything and rise. Even if you come up short, even if you don't get to the finish line. Because an African proverb also indicates that I will either win or I will learn. Losing is no more of an option. So that's when you're maximizing, when you're on your way to maximizing your potential with stern strategies and plans, and then you'll be able to go towards excellence. The late, great Ivan Van Sertima, peace be unto his name, was fond of saying that being black, African, a cable line Moor, whatever you want to call yourself that represents the greatness of us, is that we must strive for excellence. Not strive for mediocrity, not strive for just average. No, we must strive for excellence because we come from those who have given humanity its first civilization. We must strive for excellence. So that's what we're talking about mastery. And in closing, let me read this by Osho, Indian mystic, no longer with us. He's an ancestor now. Good book. This book is called Courage. Great book. Great analysis in the book. He's a very unorthodox type of teacher, and you need some of those type of teachers in your life. At least I do. I don't want to be average. And that's one thing of being a master of your reality is, first and foremost, you must have the courage to be yourself. So many of us want to be in with the in crowd. So many of us want to be in and don't have the confidence to really stand true in our own skin. You want to be accepted and approved by everyone. I'm telling you right now, when it comes to confidence, confidence is something that's inborn, that is within inside of you. Self-confidence is something that's very apropos and very prominent. The First Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey teaches us that a people without self-confidence is defeated twice in the race of life. But the people that have confidence in his or herself has won before the race has even started. So confidence is very powerful, but as it relates to that profound quote by the First Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, he is clearly indicating that confidence, it all starts with self, something that is inborn. You dig what I'm saying? And that is the key essential to really striving you and to really gearing you towards the destination of mastery. So anyway, I am definitely an advocate of self-mastery, and my acronym that I gave today, MASTER, maximizing and strategizing towards excellent results. Once again, we're producing and building a culture of excellence. And the one thing that is very apropos, my trainer Kumasi taught me this, is that whatever we do on this ensemble that we call life, we want to do it to produce extraordinary or excellent results. You want positive results. That's not to say you're going to be perfect. No, that's not to say you're not going to have errors or certain bumps in the road. But when you really dig deep and really have the continuity, the ingenuity, and the consistency of really hammering your craft, of really being prepared and strategizing and giving it everything you got, inspired effort, you will eventually produce excellent results in the long haul. So continue to strive, continue to build, and never ever give up, because you must realize something. We who are part of the honorable African ascended race, we come from stock that cannot be destroyed and that come from stock that will not die, I should say. There we go. That will not die and cannot be destroyed. Everything you do should produce excellent results. And one of the ways for those results, for you to maximize your highest potential with strategic, supreme strategy that's going to lead towards excellent results, is to have courage. Have courage like the lion, like the tiger, like the jaguar. I love cats. I love big cats. And one thing all the big cats have in common, from the puma to the cheetah to the leopard to the lion to the tiger to the jaguar, is they have courage. They have no fear. But dig this though. As Osho teaches us, as it relates to courage, it is. Courage is not the absence of fear, says Osho. It is rather the total presence of fear with the courage to face it. Once again, as Osho teaches, courage is not the absence of fear, rather the total presence of fear with the courage to face it. So we all have fears, whether you want to admit it or not. We all have some form of fears, but once again, we should not allow fear to dictate our reality. A person that is a coward, when something goes wrong in his or her life, a person that operated from a timid and defeatist mindset will say, why me? Why me? Why is it me? Why am I going through this? Whether financially, health-wise, whatever the case, psychologically, relationship-wise, why is me? No, that's a defeatist mindset. That is a complaining mindset. No more excuses. And as Bob Marley teaches us, excuses is like praying to the devil. It is. So a person that doesn't have courage, or is not quite at the stage of really ascribing to a life that is courageous, they will say when something bad or something insurmountable happens to them, they'll say, why me? But a person that's striving with courage, that has a form of boldness and fearless when something so-called bad happens to them in their reality, they will say to that so-called insurmountable obstacles, they won't say, why me? They will say, try me. Because they have the courage to face their fears, even though they may have those fears embedded within them. And that is the difference from a warrior as a person who is not a warrior. That's the difference from a master as it relates to a slave. This is the showstopper. They call the Grasshopper, Pianki Asaru, William Marshall Dow II. Oh, by the way, if you want to get a dose of full lecture, it's an hour long, of self-mastery, this DVD of yours truly, the showstopper they call the Grasshopper, is an excellent tool that you can use to get your mastery in order. The title is Everyone Has a Master Within Themselves. It's a wonderful lecture. I used the theme of The Last Dragon, Bruce Leroy, Show Enough, Vanity 6, so many others, Peace Be Unto, Show Enough, Vanity 6, and the younger brother named escapes my memory, may they rest in eternal spirit, But that movie this lecture was predicated on that movie. And it was a wonderful lecture. I talked about a lot of things about self-mastery. I talk about how to have discipline, how to really talk about the importance of being humble. You can be confident. You can have a spirit of absolute certainty, but you don't have to belittle anyone. And you can still keep that same confidence like Muhammad Ali did. So this is a wonderful DVD for $20. If you want to purchase it, you can go to, I'm going to put a link down, Big Cartel, Grasshopper, I think it's Grasshopper Kashana, and you can get the DVD from there. And if you want to go to Gumroad, I will give you that where you can get a link. We got a link, digital link, where you can get Everyone Has a Master Within Themselves for $20 DVD and $20 on link. And we have also my wife, Heaven is a neuron. Heaven is a neuron, God is a brainwave. That's a wonderful, wonderful, excellent lecture she gave too. That's also on Big Cartel and Gumroad. So go and break bread and do yourself a service and get some of this good food for thought. Get this good nourishment for the soul and get this great food for the... Let me get it right. You want to get great food for thought, you want to get nourishment for the soul, and you want to get the fruit for the spirit. It's been a while since I said that phrase or saying. You want to get that, and you'll definitely enjoy the lectures and the teachings. Very pragmatic, very simple. Simplicity is the key to brilliance. You'll definitely enjoy it. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, this is showstopper. They call it Grasshopper, Pianki Asaru, William Marshall Dow II, named after my illustrious grandfather, William Marshall Dow I. May he reign in eternal spirit. Hotep, Ashe, and big black love to all.